Good morning, students. In the last lecture, we learned about the superposition of two SHM which are traveling along the same path but in opposite direction. Means they are anti-parallel to each other. Now, today we are going to learn the superposition of two simple harmonic motion, two SHM. They are perpendicular to each other. When two mutually perpendicular simple harmonic motion superimpose on each other, then what type of motion it takes place and what type of shape the particle perform after the superposition. We are going to see all this concept in the superposition of two simple harmonic motion which are perpendicular to each other. Okay, for that consider two type of simple harmonic motions. First one is x is equal to a sine omega t plus phi, and the second one is y is equal to b sine omega t, where this x and a is the displacement of the particle performing simple harmonic motion. A and B, they both are the amplitude of the corresponding simple harmonic motion. This phi is the phase difference between the two simple harmonic motion. When these two simple harmonic motion are mutually perpendicular to each other and superimpose on each other, then what happened we are going to learn in this topic. Okay, so we know that when a particle is starting from mean position, this displacement is given by y is equal to b sine omega t, and the displacement of another SHM x is equal to a sine omega t plus phi. Now from this second equation we can write this y upon b is equal to sine omega t. So what is sine omega t is equal to? It is equal to y by b. Now we expand this term, therefore we can write here x is equal to, we give this equation number 1, x is equal to a, it is sine omega t into cos phi plus cos omega t into sin phi. So this is the expansion. Now we know that the value of sin omega t is equal to y by b, means in this expansion we need to find out the value of cos omega t. And how we can find out the value of cos omega t? By using a simple relation, and that relation is sin square omega t is equal to plus cos square omega t is equal to 1. So I can write here this cos omega t is equal to 1 minus sin square omega t, or this 1 minus y divided by b, because sin omega t is equal to y by b, therefore sin square omega t is equal to, it is y square divided by b square. So this is cos square omega t. Now what is cos omega t? Therefore this cos omega t is equal to under root, it is 1 minus y square divided by b square. So I get the value of sin omega t and cos omega t. So I keep this value in this equation. So I get x is equal to a, it is sin omega t. It is sin omega t is equal to y by b into cos phi plus under root 1 minus y square upon b square into sin phi. Okay. Now, if we solve this bracket, it is x is equal to, it is y upon b into a cos phi plus a under root 1 minus y square divided by b square into sin phi. Or we can simply write here this x by a is equal to y by b into cos phi plus under root 1 minus y square divided by b square into sin of phi. Now, after squaring this term, or we can shift this term to this side, so this is x upon a minus y upon b into cos phi is equal to under root 1 minus y square upon b square into sin phi. Now, squaring both sides, after squaring we get this x square upon a square minus twice xy upon ab into cos phi plus y square by b square into cos square phi, which is equal to, it is 1 minus y square upon b square into sin square phi. Okay. This is x square upon a square minus twice xy upon ab into cos phi plus y square by b square into cos square phi is equal to 1 minus y square upon b square into sin square phi. Now, if we solve this bracket, we get sin square phi. Okay, so this also can be written as x square upon a square minus twice xy upon ab into cos phi plus it is y square upon b square into cos square phi, which is equal to sin square phi minus y square by b square into sin square phi. Now, this term is shifted here, so we get this x square upon a square minus twice xy divided by ab into cos phi plus this y square upon b square cos square phi plus y square upon b square sin square phi is equal to sin square phi. Now, we take common y square phi and by b square from these two terms, therefore we remain cos square phi plus sin square phi, which is equal to 1. Therefore we can write here this x square upon a square minus twice xy upon ab cos phi plus y square by b square is equal to sin square phi. So this is the equation of the superposition of two SHM when they are perpendicular to each other. Now we already see that this phi denotes the phase difference, and as the value of phase difference changes between two simple harmonic motion which are mutually perpendicular to each other, we get the different shapes followed by the particle after the superposition of waves. When the angle between the two simple harmonic motion or the phase difference between two simple harmonic motion changes, the shape of the particles or the shape of the path also changes. Now we are going to see which type of shape we get when the angle or the phase difference between two simple harmonic waves get changed. So one by one we discuss it. So the first one is if the phase difference phi is equal to 0 degree. If the phase difference between two waves, simple harmonic waves, is equal to 0 degree, then the shape of the particle after superposition we will get, that is, if phi is equal to 0, we know that sin phi is equal to 0 and cos phi is equal to 1. So if the theta phi is equal to 0 degree, then this equation becomes x square upon a square minus twice xy upon ab into cos phi, or we can write cos phi is equal to 1 plus y square by b square is equal to 0. So this is a square of a term x by a minus y by b. Its square is equal to 0. Therefore this x by a minus y by b is also equal to 0. So we can write this x by a is equal to y by b. So what is y is equal to? This y is equal to x multiplied by b upon a. So what is this? This is the equation of a straight line. This is the equation of a straight line. So when the phase difference between the two simple harmonic waves which are mutually perpendicular to each other is equal to 0, then the path followed by the particle is nothing but a straight line having a slope is equal to b upon a. So this is for angle 0 degree. Now if the angle is equal to pi by 4, means it is equal to 45 degree, then what happens? So if phi is equal to 45 degree, means it is equal to pi by 4, then sin phi is equal to 1 by root 2 and cos phi is also equal to 1 by root 2. So this equation becomes x square divided by a square minus twice xy upon ab into 1 by root 2 plus y square by b square is equal to 1 by So it can be written as x square upon a square minus, it is root 2 xy upon ab plus y square by b square is equal to 1 by 2. And what is this? This equation represents oblique ellipse, an oblique ellipse which is inclined with the x-axis at an angle of 45 degree. Okay, so this is called oblique ellipse. This equation represents an oblique ellipse. So when the phase difference is equal to pi by 4, the path followed by the particle after superposition is nothing but an oblique ellipse. Now if the path or if the phase difference is equal to pi by 2, if the phase difference is equal to pi by 2, then what happens? If it is equal to pi by 2, then the sin phi is equal to, sin pi by 2 means sin 90 is equal to 1 and cos 90 is equal to 0. So we can get this x square upon a square, this cos phi is equal to 0, therefore this term becomes 0, it is plus y square upon b square is equal to 1. And what is this? This is the equation of a symmetrical ellipse having the minor and major axis equal to a and b respectively. So when the phase difference between the two SHM having phase difference pi by 2 mutually perpendicular to each other, we get a symmetrical ellipse. So as we see here, as the phase difference between two simple harmonic motions get changes, the shape of the path also get changes. So in this way, today we discuss the superposition of two simple harmonic motion when they are perpendicular to each other. Now the figures or the diagrams or the path, the shape of the path we getting after the phase difference, after the superposition of two waves is called as the Lissajous figures, and this topic we are going to discuss in the next lecture. So this is enough for today. Have a good day. Bye.